You're about to watch the first video of an entire team talking to you. This one has too many people for me to name and keep this under 1 minute, so I'm not going to name everybody from Wyoming Child and Family Development. But you're going to hear from various members of the team talking about different aspects of their overall data plan. And one of the biggest things you'll see is that it really is a team effort to make the most of what your organization is doing. But their discussion is going to be a fun one because they're looking at a big picture overall use of data to support a wide range of programs and how that led to an overall plan to increase data capacity across the entire organization.
Well, we definitely started with the transition with our data and really looking at it and how it used through the encouragement of the Office of Head Start. And as we took on our new leadership roles and we had some transitions happening internally with Wyoming Child and Family, we saw some inefficiencies. And inefficiencies are a really, I don't know, they're a driving motivator for me to really say, okay, how do we get better? Because I absolutely believe in work smarter, not harder. We have systems in place that we pay for. We have softwares, we have all of these things. Why not use them to their fullest potential to really help bring us home and bring us together and bring out the strengths of who we are and why we do what we do? So that was kind of how we got started. And it was really in that paper-light, paperless movement when we were starting to look at, how the PIR was being done, how our community needs assessment was being done, how our family goals were being determined and assessed, all of these different things that are really dependent on data and correct data. And so we had a lot of inefficiencies. Like I said, we had a lot of people involved. There was papers, there was lots of time. And I was just like, how do we make this better? And how do we bring it down to where it's manageable and we aren't killing off people with these extra duties? And so we finally looked at it, and as a program design and management team said, the answer is let's come together and let's push towards using our software and our programs to enter the data and have it work for us in what we already have, and look at this paperless and paper-light world a little bit more seriously. And it's just time to do it. Their change like that is hard. It's a hard sell. There are people who they really like paper. Computers, quite honestly, can scare some people, and that is not either right or wrong. It is just the way it is. Technology advances, technology does different things. People are either familiar or they aren't, and therefore that when this level of change involves something like that, they have to be ready to take that on. And sometimes it's very scary. And so there was a little bit of, they're not necessarily resistance, but fear of change. So you had to work with that. And, there was developing training and all that. So we brought that together. And what we did is we identified people on our team, not just the upper management team, but upper management team, the specialist team, the mid-level management team, and said, what will make this, how will we bring this together? What will make it collectively a better thing? Not just the transition and saying, okay, we need to do this, but how do we get there? And how do we get there? We really looked at adding a position. We added someone who was that we said was going to be focused on the quality of this data. And that was our quality assurance specialist position. And that was going to be one of the key factors in the success of building forward in this new directive that we were taking with using data to its fullest potential and helping create a better environment.
So I'm Jessica Rohr, and I was hired as a quality assurance specialist, and that was built to, like Danielle said, to oversee the quality of the data that's being entered and how we look at that data and how we go about helping staff understand that data and how it helps us effectively help our families with their journey through their Head Start and early Head Start experience. When I interviewed for the position, I really thought it was just going to be sitting in front of a computer and just looking at data and reports and all of that just all day long. It was a daunting task, but coming from the bottom trenches of early Head Start, I was a parent, I was a staff member, moved my way up through the system. And so knowing how important the data that we collect for families helps build our systems better, I knew that it was important to be able to monitor that and to be that in the trenches person. And so I was excited for it. I was excited to take it on, knew that it was a really big job, but I'm a challenge seeker. So I knew that I could do it. I got street smarts when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm already pretty data driven or technology driven anyway. I'm in that cusp of generations moving through technology. So it was a pretty seamless, easy transition for me.